Hello, my dolly friends. It's Tammy at Tater Tots. How are y'all doing today? We're a bit wrinkled here, aren't we? He's not sitting up the best, but as promised, I've got my other four dolls to kind of introduce my newer subscribers to and my newer watchers. Um, tell you a little bit about them, how they got their names, and I've got a little May tag on who I am. And I hope a lot of you will participate. It's just for fun and get to know each other. There's also a shout out in there, which is hard because there's so many good channels. But I just thought it would be kind of fun. We have had a busy morning already. Oh my goodness, I've cleaned both bathrooms, dusted Jeff's room, and when I say that's a job, I mean it. I wiped down all the backsplash in the kitchen, and let's see, dusted the office. I don't know, took a walk. Oh, and I treated myself. I went to McDonald's and got a caramel iced coffee. So it's a beautiful out, great day. I wish the air conditioner would come on. I'm getting warm. um, Still have a few projects left to do for spring cleaning around the house, and then I think we'll be done for a little while. Well, to start with, these two babies are my babies by Ina Hotman. She is pre-loved. This is the Suzu kit by Natalie Bleck, excuse me. And here's her certificate. She's number, this is hard to see. She's number 28 of 999. And Ina filled out the back of her COA. She was born on April 2nd, 2020. She's 58 to 59 centimeters, which basically is 23 and a half inches long, and 2,400 grams, which I'd have to look up. She's got the most beautiful rooted hair. She's got rooted lashes, pierced ears. She's got the German glass eyes. And for her age, she's in excellent condition. There's a tiny, tiny bit of paint rub off on the tips of her fingers, which I'm not worried about because I can get that fixed. But I absolutely love this baby. I love her hair. I am not a hairdresser, and a lot of these dolls, their hair is like really hard for me to handle. But hers is just a breeze to just comb through it. I love it. And this little guy over here is the Make Sculpt. He was a custom from Ina. Here's his birth certificate. He was born on July 15th, 2023. And he's 2850 grams, which again, I don't know what that is. And you know, it says 57 centimeters in height. And I think he's around 21 or 22 inches. And this is his COA. He's number 222 of 888. And Ina is, let me think, where's she from? I keep everything. She is from Belgium. Well, no, Ina, I don't know where Ina's from because I got Suzu from someone else. I should know that. Is Ina from Germany? I think she's from Germany. And then we've got our little thumper that is from our Auntie Mel at Melamore Nursery. This little girl's name is Campbell Gwen. And I just thought it up. I just liked the name. I was going to name her, no, I'm lying to you. She's Devon. Oh my goodness, where's my mind? She's Devon Faith. My third baby I had was the, my mind's blank, Amarita Winters, the Tacy, and I loved that baby. That was a favorite baby. I just loved it. It was by Cece Baldamino, first baby she did for me. and I named that one Devin. I wanted a neutral name for boy or girl because I wasn't sure which way I was going to go. And when I first got the baby, I had her for a girl, and then I switched to boy and never looked back. I loved that baby. And so I just wanted another David or another Devin, and Faith is just a name that I just liked. So that's how Miss Devin got her name. Kind of a hand-me-down, but I still love that name. And Bevan is Bevan Matthew, and he got his name because one of my best friends, I met her when I was 15. It was funny. She dated a guy that I had dated, and that's how we met each other. We both broke up with him. He was, well, Rodney was around her, and he had a GTO. This was back in the late 70s, and he had a hot rod GTO, and it was a hot car, and he was not hot looking, but he was tall and skinny and scrawny and had a big nose, but somehow Rodney got all the girls. But anyway, I went with him first, and then I don't know, down the road she went with him, and Lorella and I just got to be best friends. She was a couple years older than me, and we were inseparable up until I got married and moved to Jacksonville, Florida. And actually, when Randy went out on his first 6.5 month med cruise, we talked, Lorella had talked about coming down and just living with me in the apartment while he was gone and seeing if she liked the area and maybe relocating. But then she met her husband and she stayed in Ohio. But her maiden name was Bevan, and that's how this little guy got his name. I've picked a few names like that you know are special people in my life, and she definitely was very, very special. She passed away about 4 years ago. She had a lot of health problems. I miss her. I love her. I love her family, and I'm blessed that they're still in my life. Lorella and I had a lot of fun as teenagers. I tell you, we got into a lot of mischief. But his middle name is Matthew, Bevan Matthew, and I just chose Matthew because I liked the name. So there's these two. Okay, give me a minute. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to do all that editing like you all do. I wish I knew, but I don't. So, last two babies. I know Holland is a favorite. And we'll just put the bunny there. Okay. Now I'll get their certificates. These two babies are both by Rosanna Rotaco. And I love her. She's a master artist. She just did a prototype recently, the Bliss from Ping Lao, and it's gorgeous. But this is Holland Gray, Grey, and I met a guy where I worked, and his last name was Holland, and we got to like each other too much. There was a situation there. I'm not going to go into it. It's personal. But we saw each other for a year pretty solid. He lived about 2 hours away from me, but through the week he was at the plant a lot. I worked in the office, and we had one of the first automated picking systems in the country, and he was the IT guy. So he was in town a lot, and we unfortunately developed a relationship that we shouldn't have, and I thought a lot of him, and he thought a lot of me, and he has now since passed. I think he was about 9 years older than me, but anyway, that's how this little guy got his name. Gray, I don't know. I guess I just like the name. Here is his COA, and he's number 280 of 1500. There's one of the prototypes. Get the glare off of it. And this was his birth certificate from Rosanna. He was born Does it say? Ah, his birthday's not on here. I've had him, what, at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't know. Time gets away from me. Again, Rosanna is in, why can't I think of anything today? She's in Brazil. Rosanna's in Brazil. But he has got beautiful hair too. I always laughed. He has got, I don't know what kind of hair it is. She roots amazing, and so does Ina Hopman. But he's got really beautiful eyes. She does her doll's eyes. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. Very darkly rooted and rooted on the bottom. They both have German glass eyes. He's kind of a biracial baby, but his hair is like our two granddaughters, and I've told you guys before, they're half Navajo Indian. Their mother was full-blooded Indian. She was raised on an Indian reservation in Greasewood, Arizona, and Jeff's son had moved to Las Vegas and met her because she lived and worked in Vegas. She worked at a casino. He worked at a casino, and they had the two girls. And Livy and Addie both have the dark, straight, soft, silky Indian hair, and that's what he's got. And this is my latest by Rosanna. She's the Tobias Sculpt. Did I say he's Cameron by Laura Tuzio Ross? This is Campbell, and she is the Tobias kit, first edition, by Laura Lee Eagles. She is number 58 of 1400 of the first edition. And Rosanna sent a lock of her hair in the box opening, which I thought was really special. I've had her, what, maybe a couple of months or so. I'm surprised that the birth date's not on here. But this is Campbell. This is Campbell Gwen. And I don't know, I just like the name. I don't even know how I come across it, really. Sometimes this is kind of funny. Walking out in the cemetery so much, you know, I see names on the markers and things. And I just like that name. She, again, has got the most gorgeous, softest, easy to use. This hair, even when you get them, there's no travel hair. It's just amazing. I honestly wish that all of my dolls had hair like these, but anyway, let's see. I think Cameron's, what, 21 inches, and Tobias, I think, is 23 inches. She wears 3 to 6 months. He wears 0 to 3. And the Bevan wears 0 to 3. And Devin, my Suzu, she wears 3 to 6. So, guys, that pretty much introduces you to my crew. I still have the Leviathan for sale, and I've got him marked down as low as I can. He's $385. I'll do it shipped. Comes with the box opening. He's a beautiful baby. He's done in the GHSP heat paint. He's got lightly painted hair, rooted lashes. He needs a mommy. Now, here's my tag real quick. And I'm just calling it May Tag Who Am I? Number 1, who is your celebrity crush? And as a kid, I think it was Bobby Sherman. I loved him. As an adult, I've always loved Vince Gill, and I've seen him so many times in concert. His dad used to live in Upper Arlington in Columbus, and I lived in Hilliard and Dublin in Columbus. And I knew where his dad lived. He had a beautiful home off of Riverside Drive up in Arlington, the old section. And he lived on a corner lot, and sometimes I drive by just to see if Vince was there. And I never missed a Vince Gill concert when it was in Columbus, never. His dad would be on the radio, and I remember a lot of times I'd be a little bit late for work going, I'd be in the parking lot, but I'd listen to his dad on the radio when Vince would be in town. And Vince played golf at Muirfield a lot, and when he was in town. And there was a little like group of bars and lounges down on, was that First Street? I never can think. Village, something Village, and I can't think of it. But sometimes you might be really lucky if you go down there and he was in town, because him, his dad, and his dad's buddy would be there. Rate your childhood from 1 to 10. I'm gonna say a 9, and that's because I was very bashful and shy as a child. But I was lucky. I had wonderful parents. I had wonderful grandparents. I had wonderful aunts and uncles. And with all my cousins, we all got together, birthdays, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. We did the holidays. We had a nice family. Everybody got along. You know, it was just a normal family. Everybody was hardworking. Just good people, good, not rich, poorer people. But I got to travel because my parents would take me on vacations. My dad would usually get 2 weeks in the summer, and then in the fall we would have a teacher conference weekend and get Fridays off, and we go someplace closer, you know, like Indian Lake or Renfro Valley or Nashville. And we'd go to the Ryman, of course, when we were in Nashville. I loved Nashville. And we'd take the tours. I always said if I won the lottery, I was going to have a second house in Nashville. Number 3, what are your favorite values in friends? Honesty and loyalty. I guess that's my favorite values. You know, you can tell them anything, trust them, and you know they're always there for you. Number 4, what is your funniest memory in high school? Well, guys, here we go. I'm going to tell you a secret about me. I skipped school a lot. I didn't like school. I didn't want to be there. All I wanted to do was run around and party and hang out with my friends. In my senior year of high school, I worked half a day and I went to school half a day. But when Ruth would have her mom's car, Ruth and Robin and I would meet in front of the trophy case by the gym or auditorium and decide if we were going to stay at school that day or if we were going to skip and go to Dayton Mall. And 99% of the time, it was a no-brainer. We went to the Dayton Mall. I just had to be back in the afternoon in time to go to work. And I worked at the Wilmington Area Chamber of Commerce. Number 5, what is an interesting fact about you? Well, I married my high school sweetie right out of high school. I graduated when I was 17. In 1977, I got pre-engaged, got engaged, started working at the Chamber of Commerce, moved to Jacksonville, Florida, got married. There was a lot going on in 1977. Graduated high school. Randy and I started dating his senior year and my junior year, and it wasn't all roses. He didn't really date anybody else. He worked at Frisch's, and he worked about every weekend. So I was with Lorella hanging out, and he was working, but he would always come over to my mom and dad's either before work or after work. And I loved his mom, loved his 2 younger brothers and sister because they were at home, and I even babysat them some. But didn't care much for his dad until after he got killed. He was killed, let's see, we got married in 1977, and he was killed in a car accident in 1982, just about 6-7 weeks after he turned 24 years old. And he was going to be career Navy. He actually was between schools for SEALs. He had finished SEAL school in Huntsville, Alabama, and he and one of his buddies were on their way to Annapolis, Maryland, and had a horrible car accident, and both of them were killed. So, number 6, what are your pet peeves? People that won't put the cards up in the shopping center, disrespect, lies. That's just a few. Number 7, have you been to concerts or festivals? Well, I've been to a lot of concerts and I've been to festivals. They're not my favorite. I really don't enjoy them. I don't really like them. Don't go anymore. But yeah, oh my goodness, been to a lot of concerts. I loved when I was very, very young, like I said, we'd go to the Grand Ole Opry, we'd go to Renfro Valley. Then when I was in 6th grade, one of my girlfriends and I got to see David Cassidy in Dayton. And, oh, multiple times I've seen Reba McEntire, Oak Ridge Boys, Kenny Rogers, Vince Gill, of course. And then I've seen several acts, like who was playing before them. Leanne Rimes, Trisha Rearwood. I've seen Garth Brooks, Sawyer Brown, Marshall Tucker Band, Climax Blues. I can't even think. Pam Tillis. Oh golly. John Michael Montgomery. Gordon Lightfoot. Did I say him? When I lived in Columbus and going to concerts used to be a lot cheaper, I went to a lot of concerts. That was something I really enjoyed. Number 8, first thing you notice about people. I think their smile. Number 9, what was your first job? I babysat. Number 10, what is your coffee order? Caramel iced coffee with extra caramel. Number 11, how tall are you? Well, I used to be 5'7.5", and I think I've shrunk. I really don't know how tall I am. I'm going to say probably 5'6". Number 12. This is hard, guys. This is hard. Name 3 of your favorite YouTube channels. And don't get offended if your channel isn't given. This is just a chance for shout outs, and I'm hoping everybody has different ones. There's a lot of wonderful channels out there, and I really enjoy a lot of you guys, but here's the 3 I chose. Jay's Journaling, because I absolutely love Jay's journals, and I love watching her do that. Number 2, Playful Reborns. Penny and Keith are so creative. And number 3, Little Waddle Nursery. Kitty has got awesome dolls, and she does awesome topics. Number 13, what is your favorite store to shop at? Hobby Lobby. Number 14, your dream date. Oh my gosh, what would my dream date? It's been so long since I've went on a date. Dream date. Probably going to dinner and a concert. I love concerts. 15. One thing I want you to know about me. I'm a Virgo. I love to have fun with my friends and hang out, but I also love my alone time. I crave time by myself, and I like quiet time. So that's the tag, guys, and I've introduced you to my dolls, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I forgot, I wanted to incorporate this for Toddler Tuesday. It's Renee's Reborn's turn this week. And it was actually bringing on any of your dolls. Doesn't have to be a toddler. And I forget, was it introducing them? I think it was introducing them. And I thought, well, that's just perfect, because guess what? That's what I'm doing. I might have that written down in my book, but I don't think I do. Guys, you'll laugh. Here is my notebook for YouTube when I want to remember something. So I'm going to put my dolls away, put up my COAs, and I'll show you really quick. This is the little bag that I keep all my COAs in. I think, I'm not positive, I think Rosanna Ritacco sent this with Holland. So everyone, have a blessed day. We'll see you all soon. Thank you so much for stopping by. And please do the tag. And I would love to see all of your dolls and how you named them. And tell me a little bit about them. Bye, guys.